What can you expect? You will not fly to the stars and see a new galaxy. You will be here. There is no a different world. There is this earth, and there is your perception. You will be here, and everything else will look different. Everything in this experience will look different. I know many people think that they're gonna meet aliens or fly somewhere. But when you do this work and you transform, there's a lot of acceptance. There's a lot of transformation that happens within you. And like polish your eyes from within. And then when you look outside, you see a different world. You hear a different world. There is lots of projection of rubbish and more of awareness of the truth. And the spiritual and the physical, they are not separate. If you think you need to separate yourself from the physical in order to meet a spiritual reality and be more happy, it's not going to happen. It goes hand in hand. The more spiritually developed you are, which means the more refined you are, the more polished you are, the more in your power you become, and more expanded within your inner dimensions, the more your life becomes easier and everything expand and support you around you. People who say, fuck this place, I gotta get away, I gotta be spiritual and to get away from here. It's not gonna help them, because even if you dig a hole and you live in it, you're gonna have challenges. You cannot run away from challenges. You must deal with it and allow it to transform you. So the reality and the truth, that not many people like to talk about it, because the truth at the beginning is not so beautiful, because it's shocking, because it's in your face, because it demands to take full responsibility on your life and your actions and your outcomes. And people don't like it. So many other people who teach, they just paint such a pretty picture. And it's true, like the pretty picture is there. But the way to the pretty picture, you go out of the swamp and you start looking at life for real. And then you start walking in one line that you know where you're heading, but you cannot see how everything falls into place, because you don't have enough experience to have the wisdom of how every time I'm align myself, I'm correct with myself, I'm true with myself, how it's all end up for your own good. You need to have this experience, and until you have this experience, until you say, okay, I'll meditate once a day, I will not lie, because when I lie, I'm actually lying to myself. I will not steal, I will stop fighting, and I will start every time that something comes up in my life, to look in to see what I can do to change it, what I can do to change myself, not to change what arises in your life which you don't like. And when you do that, then you walk on a path which is foggy completely and you don't see anything until you have gained enough experience, so you have been through the same scenarios in different circumstances and different appearances enough time that you now know what you are dealing with and why when you do this thing this happen, and when you do that thing that happen. Okay, so when you learn what triggers force in life, and it's have to do with your mind and your actions, then you're gonna be very happy, and then you're gonna start climbing a big mountain and create your own life the way you want it to be, and not the way circumstances carry you everywhere. And it's true that usually I speak to people and say, hey, if you're 30 years old, blah 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 blah. But in reality, you can be 12 years old, you can be 16 years old, you can be 20 years old, you can be 30 years old, you can be 50, you can be 60, and you can be 70 years old, and come to the same crossroad. Because this game of life is ageless, and it doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter your gender. It only matters that you are true to yourself, that what you say is true. You don't bullshit any, because when you bullshit somebody else, you're bullshitting yourself. You're lying to yourself. And once you realize this, you're gonna play this game differently. And it is a game at the end of the day, because it's an experience, and when it finishes, life doesn't end. Only there is another experience to experience. There is no end to this, to existence. And this is very important for you to understand, because I noticed when I guide a person, they become very excited because they find peacefulness and power within them. But then they hit a block and they follow. Everybody does it because I guess they test themselves. Maybe they too much hyper. They're not really able to see clearly what's going on, so they make a mistake. I think it's normal in everything that we do. We don't appreciate a thing until we fail in it. So if you win something like sports, then you are dropping out of the zone, feeling so amazing, and you forget to do the basics, then you fall, and then you gain wisdom, and you know how to maintain your focus, maintain your, maintain the zone, doing it right. So that's something that is really important to share with you, is that when you do meditation and when you start doing the right things on a daily basis, every day, for the rest of your life, the first thing you're going to come across is a world which is full of people which are broken, hurt, selfish. Selfish, everybody's selfish, but selfish to the degree of hurting another person to get ahead in life. People which are cold, which are not there really, They just, it's like you only see their suit, you don't see them, and it can be very scary. But nevertheless, you should continue, because after this period of time, then your grass will be greener than it was before. And still, it's not this experience of knowing what's going on, of see people's heart and see their intentions, is not like a party. It's like the life becomes an internal experience. And instead of being out there all the time with thoughts and thinking that you need to, that you come here to change things, you learn that you come here to experience things. But of course you know that, but there's a big difference than knowing it and actually experiencing it on a daily basis. When you see it within your self, and there is a huge world to you, there's a kingdom of you, you're gonna experience life differently. It's gonna be completely different. Okay, so now we're excited and we wanna live life different. How do we do that? Well, the most important thing is to go within. How do you go within? What does it mean? Go within. Many people say you need to go within. But I just want to go and have drugs and make love with somebody, and I just want to have money. What does it mean? How do I live my life going within? Well, I think one of the natural problems we have is that when we open our eyes, we immediately have our energy goes outside of us. That's why it's important to meditate with your eyes closed. Meditate formally for a while until you can stay in this state with your eyes open. Because if you sit and you look at something which is beautiful, then you'll feel good about yourself. But if you sit in front of something which is not so beautiful, suddenly you will lose yourself and you feel not beautiful. But if you do this kind of work and you go within, then it doesn't matter where you sit, you're gonna feel good. Because you are who you are wherever you go. And money is not the answer to your bliss. Because if you're not happy now, if I'll give you $1 million, you're not gonna be happy. You're gonna be happy for 1 month. But then you're gonna return to your unhappiness because it's a habit. It's a behavior that you have, that you haven't got rid of yet. Now working on your behaviors and you see, having a spiritual experience, okay, seeing life from a different perspective while you're in this body. And working your behavior differently. It's all connected. It's all part of it. It's not, okay, I just want to have the spiritual experiences, but it's okay if I smoke lots of weed and not wash my face and be really stinky and dirty. Well, no, it's not. Because if you want to be clean within, you need to be clean outside of you. You need to want to have clean teeth and clean body, and you just want to feel clean. and then it means that inside you're not dirty. You don't attracted to dirtiness. Although, yeah, there is this like practice of detachment. So, even if my leg is cut or broken or something, then I'm detached. It doesn't affect me. But seriously, it's painful. It does affect you. Okay, so it's not true to be spiritual and detached from this world. It's not possible. You're here. Everything here affects us. But this physical experience is not the end. There is more to it. There is more dimensions in it. And you can sense them. You probably did sense them a few times in your life already. When you have a hunch, when you knew something, when you could feel a close one or somebody somewhere else, and you just knew something happened. You can sense it, you can practice it, and you should, because your life will be better if you do that. If you don't do that and you continue to wait to be a millionaire, to be happy in your life, maybe, but I think if you want to be a millionaire, maybe the road will lead you to self-refinement and maturity, and then you will make $1 million. But I think if you do it another way around, like gambling or something like this, I think you will end up pretty miserable at the end, because those behaviors, they create more pain instead of happiness. Or even people that go and you know, play with dark forces just so they don't need to take responsibility, but manipulate so somebody else will do some magic for them or something, and then they will have, again, what will you get out of it? You will end up miserable and your heart will be darkened. If you want joy, be patient, meditate, be patient, be clean, be patient, go to work, save money, take the time, allow yourself to transform and have the discipline to be able to do work and finish work and not be tired and continue to do other things that you like. Try to avoid drugs. Try to avoid negativity. Try to stop talking rubbish from your mouth. Okay, it's all connected. If you do that, you become it. Speak nicely. Behave nicely. If other people around you don't behave nicely, it's on them. So don't become like them to try to fit in. Sometimes you'll be in a situation in life for a period of time, just for personal growth, around people who are the opposite of you. And you will be there, and your job and your test will be to maintain you, honestly. And by doing that around, not every day, or maybe every day at work or something, but by doing that you will refine yourself. And this is something that you cannot buy even. This is life's university. This kind of, you can maybe buy it, but seriously, this kind of refinement, it's amazing, and it will change you dramatically. So instead of running away and say it's not comfortable, just let it be. Feel uncomfortable. Be okay with feeling uncomfortable for a while. It will change. You will feel comfortable suddenly. Wow, I can talk a lot. I think the most important thing is to stop making judgments about what life is like and just allow it to be. And while you're allowing it to be, even if you feel comfortable, even if not. Sorry, my screen went black sometimes. Even if you feel comfortable, and even if not, continue to maintain your body and your internal self in a comfortable place. So I remember times when I was weak in life. I felt weak. I wasn't strong. I wasn't strong internally, and I wasn't physically strong outside. But I felt comfortable with it. Of course, I wanted to be more. I always want to be more than who I am. I think everybody wants this. But I allowed myself to just be present with what I have and where I am. And much before, I used to always run away, always trying to not experience where I am. And these kind of behaviors leads to drugs, because drug is the only thing that will cover your vision and will make you not so sensitive to what's around you. Because, as I said before, when you start taking your life seriously, you will feel uncomfortable at first, because you will face reality and where you are and where you want to be, and you'll see suddenly the distance. It's easy to say from my perspective, to say, do not run away from it. Do not hide from it when it hurts. Instead, do the work. Just do it. Whatever time it takes, whatever it's asking from you, just do it. It's the only way for your happiness. If I'm talking to you, then you know what you need to do. I remember sitting in front of the computer like this, or reading a book, and another person who has experienced enlightenment, who shifted his life so dramatically, said the same things to me. And I was lost, I was hurt, I was alone, I was terrified. It was very hard. But nevertheless, I took the challenge. And today I'm in a different world, and it's only getting better and better. So my friend, take the challenge. You can do it. It's very simple. Meditate, say the truth, and save money. And then allow the time to change you from within. That's it. And hopefully in this time you can, watch more of these videos, read more, do some courses, gain more momentum, gain more knowledge, and then see how all it comes together, how the experiences in your life give you the pieces of information, and how all those tools become part of who you are. Yeah. I haven't uploaded this video yet, but I can feel few souls lighten up and get what I'm talking about. And you get it because you're already there. And you're just gonna experience the manifestations of it in your physical body. So it's gonna be very fun, very powerful. It's really simple, but it required consistency on a daily basis and truth, pure heart. Okay, I'll see you next week.